1. The Red Room Broadcast. It was a cold and solitary night when John, a self-proclaimed internet explorer with a penchant for the macabre, found himself surfing the depths of the deep web. The rumors of red rooms had always intrigued him, despite the terrifying legends that surrounded them. These whispered tales spoke of live-streamed horrors that defied imagination, scenes of unspeakable torture and death, all broadcast to anonymous viewers. Under the flickering glow of his computer screen, John navigated through obscure chatrooms and encrypted websites until he stumbled upon a chatroom titled Crimson Enigma. It was there that he found a cryptic message that sent shivers down his spine. An invitation to witness a live Red Room broadcast, a ticket to the darkest corner of the internet. Ignoring the warnings and succumbing to morbid curiosity, John clicked the link. His heart raced as he watched a progress bar slowly fill, anticipation mingling with dread. Finally, the stream loaded, revealing a dimly lit room bathed in eerie, pulsating red light. In the center of the room, bound and trembling, was a figure whose face was obscured by a grotesque mask. Distorted voices filled the air, their words dripping with sadistic glee. They taunted and threatened the helpless victim, relishing in their torment. As John watched in horror, the situation inside the Red Room grew increasingly grotesque. The victim's muffled screams pierced the silence, echoing through the dark chamber. The room's walls seemed to close in on him, and a feeling of suffocating dread enveloped him. Minutes dragged on like hours as John grappled with the moral dilemma of whether to bear witness to this unspeakable horror, or to close the tab and shut out the darkness forever. The sickening reality of what he was watching weighed heavily on his conscience. Finally, unable to endure any longer, John slammed his laptop shut, trembling and horrified by the depths of cruelty he had glimpsed. He knew he could never unsee the nightmare that had unfolded before him. Swearing off the deep web forever, he wrestled with the haunting images that would forever linger in his mind, a reminder of the chilling and enigmatic red rooms that continued to haunt the darkest corners of the internet. 2. The Cannibal's Confession. In the dimly lit corners of the deep web, where anonymity shielded users from the prying eyes of the world, a username emerged that would send shockwaves through the darkest corners of the internet: ChefDeCarnage. The name alone was a sinister harbinger of what was to come. ChefDeCarnage, it seemed, had an insatiable appetite for not just the macabre, but the profoundly horrific. On a forum dedicated to the morbid and taboo, this enigmatic figure began posting a series of chilling accounts that read like the favored nightmares of a deranged mind. However, these were not mere fantasies. They were explicit, detailed, and gut-wrenchingly real confessions. The posts painted a gruesome picture. ChefDeCarnage wrote about a deep-rooted fascination with cannibalism that consumed his thoughts. He delved into the dark intricacies of his desires, discussing his cravings for human flesh with a disturbing level of detail. But that wasn't the extent of his twisted fascination. His accounts expanded into terrifying narratives of abductions, torture, and the horrifying culmination of consuming his victims. The posts were not only profoundly disturbing but also shockingly plausible, leading forum members to question whether they were reading the rantings of a deeply disturbed individual or the chilling confessions of a real-life predator. The forum's community, teetering between horrified disbelief and morbid curiosity, debated the authenticity of these gruesome tales. Some believed they were the demented musings of a sick mind, while others feared they might be the genuine confessions of a predator hiding in plain sight. As time passed, ChefDeCarnage continued to share his grotesque fantasies with the world, unburdening his darkest desires on a platform that thrived on the grotesque and the forbidden. The forum's members, torn between the desire to report this horrifying revelation and the morbid allure of the narrative, found themselves in a moral quagmire. Eventually, concerned forum members decided to take action. Anonymous tips were sent to law enforcement agencies, urging them to investigate the true identity of ChefDeCarnage. The authorities, horrified by the disturbing content they found, began tracing the digital footprints. What they discovered sent shockwaves through the online community. ChefDeCarnage was not just a name on a screen. He was a real person who had crossed the perilous line between fantasy and reality. His chilling online confessions became pivotal evidence in a real-life horror story that unfolded as the authorities closed in on their prey. ChefDeCarnage's arrest sent ripples of fear and revulsion through the deep web, a stark reminder that even in the darkest corners of the internet, the line between fiction and reality can blur in the most horrifying of ways. The forum that had once reveled in the grotesque was forever tainted by the chilling truth that had emerged from within its depths, leaving its members haunted by the realization that true monsters could hide behind usernames and avatars. 3. The Silk Road Saga. It was a virtual empire unlike any other, hidden deep within the enigmatic recesses of the deep web. A place where digital shadows concealed a world of illicit trade and criminal enterprise. The Silk Road, as it came to be known, was the brainchild of an anonymous figure who went by the pseudonym Dread Pirate Roberts. Its rise was nothing short of meteoric, transforming it into the Amazon of the criminal underworld. In the bowels of this clandestine marketplace, a myriad of forbidden commodities was available at the click of a mouse. Illegal drugs, forged documents, counterfeit currency, and even weapons. The allure of untraceable transactions and pseudonymous interactions drew in a vast and disparate clientele, all seeking to skirt the boundaries of the law. The Silk Road thrived in the dark corners of the internet, flourishing as law enforcement agencies struggled to pierce the veil of anonymity that protected its users and its mysterious creator. Dread Pirate Roberts, a figure cloaked in secrecy, was hailed as a digital folk hero by some, a modern-day Robin Hood who challenged the oppressive regulations of the world's governments. But behind the facade of the digital outlaw lay a cunning operator who possessed an unwavering belief in the principles of libertarianism and personal freedom. Dread Pirate Roberts believed that the Silk Road was a vessel for the emancipation of individuals from the shackles of government oversight, allowing them to make their own choices, no matter how illegal they might be. However, as the Silk Road's notoriety grew, so did the efforts of law enforcement to dismantle it. An international dragnet was cast, with agents from multiple countries working tirelessly to unveil the true identity of Dread Pirate Roberts and shut down this illicit empire. In a stunning twist of fate, the Silk Road's elusive creator was finally unmasked. His name was Ross Ulbricht, a seemingly ordinary young man whose double life as Dread Pirate Roberts had been meticulously exposed by diligent investigators. The arrest of Ulbricht sent shockwaves throughout the deep web community, serving as a stark reminder of the ever-present threat of law enforcement. Ulbricht was ultimately sentenced to life in prison, his defense of personal freedom and libertarian ideals falling on deaf ears in the courtroom. The Silk Road Saga, with its web of intrigue and moral ambiguity, serves as a haunting reminder of the inherent risks and grave consequences lurking in the depths of the deep web. It is a tale of hubris, avarice, and the relentless pursuit of a dream, both for those who believed in the Silk Road's ideals and for the authorities who sought to bring it to a grinding halt. It stands as a chilling testament to the indomitable nature of the human spirit and the shadowy allure of the digital underworld. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video and turn on notifications. Write which story you liked the most in the comments.